Fresh, feeling fresh now? Yes. Good afternoon again. I am Sergeant Tom for this fantabulous event. Today is special for few things. First, International Athletics Day. And second, Rabindranath Tagore Jayanti. Another notable event will be happening today. Instead of taking a nap after a heavy weekend lunch, few members of the audience are energetically and enthusiastically sitting in front of their devices. You know why I asked you all to do that exercise? It will keep you awake. So whenever you are feeling sleepy, just do this for 15 minutes. You will be back to normal with energy. A warm welcome to all Toastmasters and guests to the Expressions Toastmaster Club's Tell a Tale event. I'm thrilled to be a part of this fantabulous event. I would like to quote an interesting statement by the famous Harry Potter author. No story lives unless someone wants to listen. So here you are all here to listen to many tales. I would like to state the Toastmasters International mission. We empower individuals to become effective communicators and leaders. Some golden rules to be respected during an online meeting. All attendees are requested to keep all noise-making devices, including your partners, on mute. Speakers, when you are speaking, if you have kept your mail or any social media under browsers, you are requested to keep the notification on mute to avoid the unnecessary ringing or notification sounds. Speakers are requested to refrain from talking on the three topics: sex, politics, and religion, which are a taboo in this region. All attendees must mute their audio and keep their videos off at all times unless instructed. If your video is on, kindly refrain from moving, eating, or drinking to respect the holy month and speakers. You can generously use the reaction button to show your appreciation. And a very important announcement, this online meeting is being recorded and I'll give you few seconds. If you have any objection, please mention that to the organizers. Now, I would like to call upon a person who is going to take up next on the screen. I met her 3 years ago as the admin manager for Division B. One of a very calm and composed lady. Even in high conflict situation, she used to show so calm and peaceful expression. And she is a member of Keynoters and Advanced UAE Advanced Toastmasters Club. And with this, I would like to invite Area Director Butch Braga to the screen.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ajita, our lovable, loving, ever smiley SAA. You know what? Do you remember what the SAA is? No, it's not Sergeant at Arms. Sweet as Ava. Once upon a time, there was a parent who wished to conceive a child. They took a lot of time to ponder and contemplate. And this child, they wished to have the most beautiful expression in the land. So they decided to have a child, and the child was born. And now they call this child Expression Club. We wish to introduce this child of Area 57 through Division F platform to be one of the most expressive club in this land. So to be able to promote the expression of this child, we are gearing up to be the good storyteller. We believe that each and every one of you have a story to tell, whether it is humorous, love story, sad, joy, or about your achievement. There is always a lesson to learn from that story. And it is always a story to look forward to. The Expression Club wishes to find a good storyteller and to promote a good storytelling. And to do this, we are open to the membership for this club to be able to move to its chartered name as the Expression Toastmaster Club of the Area 57 and Division F. We wish to have a storyteller, a monologue, interpretative reading in the form of storytelling, and to be an advanced club in this part of the Toastmaster world. We will have, as what we're going to do today, a very good edu session. And I really appreciate that Miss Priya comes on board for this endeavor. The membership of Expression Club is 315 that will bring you until March 2022 good standing. And the meeting is proposal is every Monday. However, this is subject to change when the new executive committee of the club convene what will be the date and time of the meeting. The payment will be you can send the payment for the membership through my bank account. I will flash at the end of the meeting the details of the account and also the link for you to download the charter membership form to fill up. So meanwhile, let me move on and let me introduce to you the person not only to carry this meeting in the next level, but to add more color, more glitters to celebrate the storytelling. Ladies and gentlemen, she is a debater, and let's say unbeatable debater for me, a strong and firm woman. The first thing that I met her is when I called her, when I say, Rupa, my name is Butch Braga. I'm calling you from Dubai Advanced. I have an intention to be an area director. Will I take your vote, please? Well, you know the answer. I am an AD of Area 57, and for this lady, it's always been a backbone to me. Whenever you need a backbone, rest assured you have Rupa at the helm. So ladies and gentlemen, let's add more stories to this chapter of Expression Club for a new, based on a new color, new design, and an enhancer. Please welcome on board the storyteller, Miss Toastmaster Rupa Pradu Krishnan. Over to you, please.
Wala, wala, wala. When the area director has spoken to the T, what is left for me to speak? Actually, nothing, but just conduct the show as it is today. Because we have vibrant guest speaker who has come all the way from Bengaluru to educate us on storytelling. And we have a surprise guest speaker who is going to conduct an activity today. So this meeting is nothing like the normal Toastmasters meeting. We are here to tell you a tale of how to conduct a new way of Toastmasters Club. That's exactly what we're going to do today. And you will see it in a while. So all of you who have signed in, I kindly request you not to leave the forum until the activity is over, because the cream of today's session is the activity. And I promise you, you will not be disappointed one bit. So I have a small duty here to educate you all on what this Expressions Toastmasters is all going to be. And then I will leave you on the safe hands of Ms. Priya Muthukumar. Before that, I'll quickly run through the Expression Toastmasters Club and what it's got for you. Well, as Area Director Butch has already indicated to you, it's falling under Area 57, under Division F, District 105, and Region 11. And we are very happy that this is one of the first specialty club to deal with expression. Expression? What does expression mean to you? I'm so anxious how this meeting is going to go, though I have an amazing storyteller here. and I have a special gift, but I'm very anxious. Why is my friend not here? I invited her for the meeting. She's not come. I'm disappointed. Will this go well? So nervous. All these expressions add amazing value to the speech content. Why do we say so? You will just see it in a bit. The act of saying what you think or showing how, using words or actions, is nothing but expression. So that's exactly what we're going to coin in onto. The look on someone's face, showing what they feel, what you just saw, or what you just saw during our networking session, is exactly what an expression is. So why expressions? Why do we even have to deal with it in our speech, in our Toastmasters forum? Are we going to do some drama? Are we going to do some acting? What are we doing here? Why are we talking about expressions? That's because Dr. Albert Mehrabian said 55% of a communication involves the body language, 38% voice and tone, and 7% on the spoken language or the spoken word. If you look at the spoken word, you look at the 38% voice and the 55% of the body language, one thing that is common in all these areas is expression. So why not deal with it separately in this specialty club today? That's exactly why we are bringing you a specialty club that deals exclusively with expression. Expressives actually thrive on vision, stories, analogies, and love to have fun while working on the project, don't they? So I just got an excellent example here. When you pick up a phone and you say, hey, do you have a minute for me? No one's going to say yes. But say that sentence that I've written there for you. You have got a fantastic idea to make our project fabulous and knock it out of the ballpark. Do you have a minute for me? I have created the curiosity, and hence I am 100% sure the person who I call is going to give me at least a minute. And then it depends upon the context what I have to take through. So how do we intend to be expressive? This is how we intend to be expressive. We are planning to be receptive, understand the syntax, the semantics, concentrate, listen, and then work on the non-verbal communications, work on all this in the background. And when we come back and give you that, the expressive output we're going to have for you all. Isn't this a very important trait any Toastmaster should have to reach that world championship speaking? Okay, leave alone world championship speaking. You as an individual person, to be a communicator, both professionally and personally, don't you think that's a very, very important task we need? This is exactly what we are curating for you as a specialty club. So I just want to stop by here for a minute. I'm going to list a few diverse streams of expression. One, area Director Butch has already quoted, storytelling, and which is why we're here to listen to a very, very pro storyteller tell a story and how to go about storytelling. But what are the other diverse expression streams? Dramatics, theater arts, lights and sound add value to our expressions, don't they? Artist, painting, we did hear during our network session, didn't we? That colors add expression. They do, certainly. What about dance? Anyone to bet me on that? You better not. Gestures, your facial, your eye, your body, the power pose. It gives a lot of expression, a lot of confidence, doesn't it? Writing poems, writing scripts, that's another way of expressing. Let me take a moment and stop being stereotypical and just read from the presentation. Anybody from the forum to add more to the diversity of the expression streams? I may have left out anything here. Would you like to add anything on? Anybody? There are more diverse streams of expressions. Come on.
Poetry, literature,
Indeed, that's there. Poem, literature, yes.
The interpretative reading as we have in the advanced manual.
Absolutely.
Music.
Songs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Lights and sounds there, music, yes.
Public speaking, Toastmasters.
Indeed. I was waiting for this. Thank you, Toastmaster Ramnath. Thank you so much. I was waiting for this. That is expression. Those are diverse streams, and we can keep on listening to it. So what do we intend to do? We intend to bring these special coaching in the specialty club. So that's what the element of this expressions club is going to be. A guest speaker session like what we have today. And what is the guest are going to do? Give a theme-based activity. You will see a couple of activities today. Diverse expression streams. We saw the diverse expression stream in the previous slide. We're going to incorporate each and every one of them as much as possible. Let me tell you, I already have 3 guest speakers lined up for the next 3 meetings, so do not miss it. Create a pool of talent. When we have such guest speakers come in for our sessions, they only hone the Toastmaster skills, don't they? So then what happens? We have a pool of talent. So that's exactly what we're trying to do. We're creating pool of talent through the specialty club. And then our normal prepared speeches, creative evaluation, speech guides, and pathway accomplishments. In a nutshell. So that is the specialty club's requirement. And that is both external and internal, in-house as well. So diverse expression stream does not mean that we should always have an external guest speaker. We have a lot of internal potentials as well. Somebody from the internal team as well can conduct it, and outside, but we're going to keep it open. And last but not the least, our regular club protocols. We will certainly be following them as well. So to do that, what are we? We are going to be an advanced club meeting once a month. We had Area Director Butch enhance it or advise it to us in the beginning of the meeting, and it's just 315 dirhams yearly. That's as of till March 2022 as of now. Embark on it. So to reach out and join the Expressions Club, what do you have to do? Contact our DTM Dinesh or our TM Butch, myself, or we have our Zoom master today, Kalpana Arvind. So we're just one call away, message away, waiting for your call. Now, before we go into the question and answers, have you heard of this statement? Soldiers who had frozen feet were not able to rush into the battle. What does that mean? And in today's context, what does that mean? Anybody would like to reiterate that or would like to explain that to me? Yes, please, Toastmaster Ramnath.
Hello.
Yes, please.
You get butterflies in your stomach and you get frozen feet.
I guess there was a bit of
and you do not fear speaking. Hello.
There's an audio disturbance, I guess.
Could you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I said you get butterflies in your stomach, you get frozen feet, and even the fear of snakes is insignificant when compared to the fear of public speaking.
Very well put. Very well put. A very nice summary. So if you have that frozen feet, I think you should just join us. You know why? You need to express yourself. That's how you're going to relieve off that frozen foot. So the timer is indicating that I'm off time. So thank you so much, TM Sujata, for that. But before I go, I have a very, very important task to do. Priya Muthukumar and I go back 23 years back. We went for a movie together. The moment we were out of the movie, or I think we never finished the movie. We just came halfway out of the movie because we were so annoyed at the way that the story was narrated. I clearly remember her coming out and say, I think we can tell a story better than this. I did not know what she meant back then. 23 years later, today, I literally know what she meant back then. That's exactly what she is doing in her initiative at Storypool. She is coaching, and she is one of the coach in NIFT, Bangalore, National Institute of Fashion Technology, and at the Lawrence School as well as an expert coach there. She's been doing a lot of storytelling in the museums, in the railway station, on the buses, and she is creating a lot of social reform through her storytelling as well. Well, I'm not going to say anything more because she's here herself. And at the end of the session, please do let us know what you thought of her storytelling capabilities and if what I said was even one bit of exaggeration. With no further delay, it is my honor, my pleasure, and I'm so happy to bring to this forum friend from back days, yesterday's, Priya Muthukumar. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Priya Muthukumar.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So thank you so much, Rupa, for the lovely introduction. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's definitely an honor. Gives me huge happiness, pleasure to be amongst you all. Yes, I'm quite an introvert. I take a while. I know it comes as a surprise. Having storytelling as a profession, you just can't go around telling that you're an introvert, right? But you see, there's paradox in everything, right? So I am a storyteller, and I've been in this profession for the past 8 years or so. I believe in something called as the blessed unrest. And I'm a person who goes by this, to some extent by this. So I think that's how art kind of worked in my favor. And that's why art is no longer just a passion for me, but it's a profession for me. It gives me my bread and butter. And I run this brand, as Rupa very rightly said, which is called as Storypool. And yeah, that's about it. I've been telling stories across the various places. I've been trying to connect with people. And I strongly believe that to connect with people, language barriers, eco-social background, all those parameters, just disappear when you try and connect through stories, because we all speak the same language. Right. So I've got 30 minutes and I'm going to try my best to share all that I know with all of you. Right. So first, thank you so much. Firstly, let's kind of empty our cups. There's a Zen story which goes by that. You need to empty your cup to fill it in. So just forget about why we are doing this, what we are going to be doing, and just go with the flow. Okay. Trust me, just go with the flow. Okay. So now, before I go to the story, I know we are all in the midst of a huge pandemic, and we are trying to get things straightened out. We need immense strength. Right now, my place is actually very quiet. There's an eerie silence, right? So yeah, so these are the small things which, as an artist, I keep observing. Would like to know how things are at your end. Did you have your lunch? How are things? Is it your snack time, or how is it? Gomati ma'am, yeah, you would like to say something? I can see you. Yeah. Go ahead. You can tell me.
No, was saying, did you have your lunch? And I'm no, I haven't.
You haven't? Okay, right. You must be hungry then, right?
I am 2:30, but this was too good to miss, right? So I've been wanting to be a part, and expression is something which is so amazing. And that the name itself was extremely, tempting for me to join.
Okay.
So thanks to Suni.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
And I love Rupa, appearances can be deceptive was one of the biggest things I can see whenever I see Rupa. She was just so amazing on stage as a performer. So I could just wing it. I just loved it. Thank you.
You're so true. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So now that all that is we've discussed, let's move on. I'm going to be just telling you a story for now. Okay. Now, I need your help. Telling stories to children, telling stories to people, telling stories to students, it's a different scenario. But here I am amongst speakers, okay? So you are definitely going to help me. So let's get it started. Let's go with the first part, throwing your voice. That's the phrase that we use. Let's see how much we can throw our voice. Okay. When I say ha, ha, you're going to be saying he. You're just going to copy me. Can we get started? Ha, ha.
He.
You need to unmute yourself, and it would be great if I could see you all. I know we are all in our personal spaces. At least during certain exercises, if you could keep your video on, definitely your audio on, and the chat space super active, it's going to really help me a lot. Ha, ha.
He.
Ha, ha.
He.
Ha, 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 ha. I said you have to copy me. I saw some of y'all, your hands went like this. Some of y'all missed it. Nevertheless, we always have another chance. Ha, 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 ha. Awesome. Ha, ha, he, ha, ha, he. Ha, ha, he, ha, ha, he, ha, ha. Ha, ha, he, ha, ha, he. Brilliant. We can just go on and on, but because of the acute time limitation which I have, I'm going to go super fast here. All right, so let's go to the story. Now, this is a folk tale from the land I come from Uttar Pradesh. Some people say that this cannot be a folk tale from UP, but some people also say that this could be a story from Persia, wherever it has come from. A story is a story, and a story is meant to heal and bring people together. So let's get to the story right away. Okay, how you are going to help me? Okay, so those who like pizza, okay, those who like pizza, I can't see y'all, you know, right? If you like pizza, your line is going to be Aao, aao, natak dekho, right? My Hindi is very bad. Never mind. I'm sure you're better than me. Your line is Aao, aao, natak dekho. Can we try that together? Some pizza people, I think Miss Kalpana loves pizza. Looks like that. Okay, come on. Let's get started. Aao, aao,
natak dekho.
Beautiful. Once again, I want that jig. I want you to move. Okay, one. Ow,
Ow, natak dekho.
Now, the other group, the others who don't like pizza, probably you like burger, probably you like idli, vada, dosa, sambar like me. Okay, all those people, you are in group 2. The line for you is, Ow, kahani suno.
Ow, kahani suno.
Lovely. Once again.
Kahani suno.
Lovely.
Kahani
Kahani.
kahani
if you like both.
Lovely. Okay, so remember your line. Okay, remember which group you are in, because I can't see you. Okay, all of you at least on this small screen. Right. So it was a busy bazaar, a marketplace. On one side of the market, there were shawls that were sold, Persian shawls. On the other end, silk carpets were being sold. And on the other side, juicy, delicious, fresh dates, raisins, and fruits were sold. And under the tree, the natak walo, the nukkad natak, guys, those days there was no entertainment. There were no TVs or video games. So people went to watch dramas or listen to stories. So the natak walo, the drama guys, group 1, they kept calling out to people. And how did they call?
Ow,
come on.
natak dekho.
Ow, natak dekho.
Ow, natak dekho.
Natak dekho. Ow, natak dekho. Okay.
Ow, natak dekho.
Two people, that is the storytellers, the story walas, they were not less, okay? So they started calling out to the people, okay, trying to attract them. Ow, kahani suno.
Ow, kahani sunao.
This is a noisy market. Group 1 and group 2. Let's see who's going to win in this noise competition. You have to be at your loudest. I am your customer. I need to decide whether I need to go there or here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go.
Ow, natak dekho. 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 Ow, natak dekho.
natak dekho.
But we need to move on with our story, right? You did great. Okay, so people were roaming here and there. It was a busy bazaar. But there was one man who was sitting inside his saloon, and that was Babban Hajam. Babban Hajam was a famous barber over there. Everyone went to him for a hairstyle or a trimming their beard, anything. You know what it is all about, right? And that day also, he was super busy with a line of customers standing in his saloon. And that's when tock, 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 a soldier on his horse came straight to Babban Azam's saloon. Babban Azam opened the door. Huzur, you have come from Nawab's palace. What is the news? What do you want to tell me? And the soldier said, wait, I've got a letter for you, a note for you. Tomorrow you have to report at the palace and you're supposed to be giving our Nawab Sahib a haircut. Okay, Huzur, I will definitely come. I'll be there much before time, he said. So the next day morning, he woke up early to the chirping of the birds. It was such a beautiful morning. He wore the best sherwani that he had. He looked very smart and he carried that small toolbox which had a blade, shaving brush, shampoo, water, trimmer. These are the things which I know of. All that he carried and he went straight to the Nawab Sahib's palace. Oh, the palace looked so good. There were scented fountains, there were silky carpets, there were satin curtains, precious diamonds studded on the wall, chandeliers up there. How nice it would be, to live in a palace. I'll never get to live in a palace, he thought. And he waited outside the Nawab's darbar. The Nawab was having a meeting with the ministers. He looked at Babban Azam. Come with me, he said. Okay, Huzur. And he took Babban Azam into the palace. Now, this is where things are going to get a little mysterious. Nawab walked and walked and walked and walked. It's just a haircut. No, where is he taking me? Thought Babban Azam. But he's the king. I can't ask him such questions. Quietly, he followed him. Room after room, room after room. Deep inside the palace, the Nawab stopped in front of a room. Now, the room was beautiful. Something was strange about the room. There was not a single window in the room. There was sufficient light, but it was not bright. Nevertheless, it's not my problem. Okay, Huzur, sit down. I'll give you a haircut, he said. And the Nawab sat down and he removed his turban and he placed it down. Babban Azam was busy arranging his knife and scissors and when he looked up and when he saw the Nawab's head, Nawab Sahib had donkey's ears. Ooh, Nawab Sahib has donkey's ears. You can join me. I don't mind. You can unmute and you can join me with the rhythm. Nawab Sahib
had donkey's hair. Donkey's ears.
Nawab Sahib has donkey's ears. The Nawab was a smart man. Huh? He understood all this, that he was shocked. And Nawab said, if you go out and tell anyone outside that I have donkey's ears, no, Huzur, why will I go and tell? That's not my business at all. So quickly he gave him a haircut, packed his toolbox, and he rushed outside. The secret was right there inside him. He walked to his house. His wife was waiting for him. How many rotis do you want? His wife asked. 2. He was about to answer, but he closed his mouth. What if the secret came out? This man, I tell you, he always knows to trouble me, she grumbled. His friends had come over there. Hey, bye. Can we go out? I would love to join you, Samit. Oh! He stopped talking to his friends. In fact, he stopped sleeping soundly also because Babban Azam had this habit of snoring, you see. Sometimes while snoring, what if the secret came out? So he stayed awake and he never went to sleep. He stopped talking to his friends. He stopped eating properly. He stopped everything. Okay. His life was getting day by day miserable. One night he woke up. He said, enough is enough. I'm going to let the secret out. Okay. And what's the secret, my dear friends?
Nawab Sahib had donkey's ears.
Donkey's ears.
Okay. You are really energetic, okay? And I'm sure you're not going to sleep, okay? So what happened? So he walked out and he had to let the secret out. He chose a tall tree, the tallest one, and he let the secret out. And what was the secret?
Nawab
Nawab
Sahib
has
has donkey's ears.
yes.
This is a secret. Can you tell it so loudly? Ma'am Kalpana, you are the loudest. Nawab Sahib has donkey's ears. So the secret was out. Man walked away very peacefully. He's going to lead a normal life. Okay. Now, what happened is a woodcutter came over there. He needed some logs. He chopped our tree with the secret. He took the logs. He sold it to a musical instrument maker. And the man, the musical instrument maker, made 3 musical instruments. One is a harmonium, the bass instrument. Pay attention, because once again, all of you are going to be part of the story. And the second instrument was the high-pitched sitar. And the third one was the booming tabla. So one is the harmonium, sitar, and the tabla. Now what happened? It was the Nawab Sahib's birthday parties, Nawab, Nawabis, princesses, Maharajas, Maharanis, all kinds of people had gathered for the royal banquet. There was biryani, there was sher kurma, there were kebabs, there was kheer. The aroma was overwhelming. There were musicians, there were dancers, and the stage was set. But when everyone was moving around, chatting and exchanging pleasantries, they heard a strange song filling the air. And the song was not sung by anyone. It was the 3 musical instruments that were singing all by themselves. Nawab Sahib has
Donkey's ears.
Donkey's ears. Sang the harmonium. And the sitar was no less. Sitar sang, who told you? Who told you? Who told you? Sang or played the sitar in high pitch. And the tabla boomed. Babban hajam, babban hajam, babban hajam. Okay, now the pizza people, group 1, do you remember? Let's go back to the first part. You guys are the harmonium. Your move is this. Your line is Nawab Sahib has donkey's ears. Okay. And the sitar people are the non-pizza liking people. Okay. Who told you? Who told you? Who told you? Lovely. Okay. And all of us together are going to be the tabla, because we are going to be at our loudest best. Babban hajam, babban hajam, babban hajam. Okay, we'll go. Are we ready to orchestrate this? We're just going to take a minute. Okay, so the song goes like this. The harmonium people or the pizza people. Okay. Nawab Sahib has donkey's ears.
Yes.
Very good. All the non-pizza people. Sitar.
Who told you? Who told you? Who told you?
Now, everyone together, the tabla. Loud. Amazing. You guys are really spontaneous. I must tell you that. And quick learners. Now what happened? People stopped talking to each other. And at first it was scared, but then they started paying attention to the lyrics, the words. And they said, oh my God, this Nawab has donkey's ears. Oh, that's why whenever one hair was out, he used to adjust it nicely and he used to push everything inside his turban. That's because he had the donkey's ears. I didn't know about this. People started to laugh and it was, very humiliating. Nawab felt very bad and then he was angry and he said, all this is because of Babban Hajam. Call him. And Babban Hajam pleaded. He said, no, I did not tell. But he was thrown into the dungeons, right? Now what happened? The Nawab was a sad man. He stood in his balcony looking at the moon, saying that my people are not going to like me anymore. But there came the Nawabi or the queen, just like all the wives, as understanding as anyone could be. She put her hand on his shoulder and said, don't worry, my dear Nawab. I'm sure they will all like you. It doesn't matter you have donkey's ears or monkey's ears. But the Nawab was not ready to listen. Meanwhile, in the village, under the tree, a meeting was happening. And people are saying, no, we can't have a Nawab who has donkey's ears. We want a good-looking king, okay? Just then, an Ajji came over there. Ajji is grandmother in Kannada. And Ajji came over there and Ajji said, now, my dear people, you guys are the people, okay? You have to say yes, 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 yes for everything that Ajji is going to ask you. Didn't our king build hospitals for us?
Yes, 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 yes.
Yes.
Didn't he make good roads for us?
Yes, 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 yes.
Didn't he take care of us?
Yes, yes, yes,
Yes, yes, yes, yes, yes,
Then
yes, yes,
he
yes.
can be our king, right?
Yes, 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 yes,
Yes,
yes,
yes,
yes,
yes, yes, yes.
Thanks, people. You all of you are. So then what happened? So then come, let's go tell this to our king. So everyone walked to their king and they said, oh, Nawab, we like you. It doesn't matter if you have donkey's ears. And the Nawab was really shocked and surprised and he said, are you sure? You guys still like me? And the people said, yes, Nawab, we want you and only you to be our king. And it was decided, and the Nawab was very happy and he kind of became a much better version of himself, a better king history had ever seen. What happened to this Baba Najam? Baba Najam was called. He was actually given the post of a royal Baba because only because of him, the king's, that stress, that burden was off his chest of hiding his ears and keeping it inside. And my dear people, everyone lived happily ever
After.
Yay, let's clap for ourselves. We did this together. Let's clap for all the musical instruments. Let's clap for the storywalas and the natakwala. Oh, right. So, my dear friends, that was a storytelling performance. I've done this on stage. I've done this for a packed audience, a hall filled with audience from different backgrounds, different age groups. You won't believe the beauty of it. People invariably forget who they are, where they are from, how old they are, how tired they are. And they are so keen on playing their roles so nicely, So that's the beauty of story. Now, a performance cannot be replicated every time in an office space, right? The storytelling performance. In a meeting, you can't do this. In a school, in a classroom, you can't do this, right? Though it is also storytelling. So how do we take this forward? Now, that is one thing which I'm going to be talking to you. But before that, I would love to hear from you. Did you like the story? What is it that you liked? You can just give me keywords, so that we can go a little fast.
I loved Baba Najan.
Okay.
The audience participation geared up everybody.
Okay.
I like the three.
I
Yes,
think the
ma'am.
inclusiveness of everybody into action.
Okay. So that's inclusion, yeah.
In a
Enthusiasm.
way, yes. I felt as if you were narrating the story right here, sitting beside me, not on the screen.
Very kind. Thank you. Okay. So relatably, I was very close to her, loved the emotional energy.
You're very, very descriptive. And to think you have less things with you, the props and all, and yet when you deliver each line, a very, very descriptive and illustrative way to put us inside the story.
Exactly.
So I would like to say you're the best speaker today.
Oh, thanks a lot for that. Okay, right. So I think all of you, yeah, passion, the energy, voice modulation. Thank you so much, Priya Ramchandran. All of you have covered it. To tell a story effectively, it could be anything. It could be a storytelling performance. It could be in a different setup also. You need to have this. First and foremost, passion. Every art form needs this. You have to speak from here. It's a soul to soul connect. That's what many of us believe in. From here, it has to start. Okay? Passion. And second, or the most important thing, I would say, you should like the story first. You should enjoy it. If there is a story which you are not convinced with, the ending you're not convinced with, the way the characters are projected, you don't like it, please do not tell that story, because it will show on your face, in your body language. That, we use a phrase, it's called as buying the story. As a storyteller, you need to buy the story wholesome, fully, wholeheartedly first. Only then you will be able to give it to others, right? Second thing, of course, voice modulation, right? So I will be talking more about that. You need to work on your voice, right? So, and we don't need to, if you ask me, I didn't go through any training. I just worked on based on trial and, trial and error method. Stand in front of the mirror, try different voices. It's fun, actually. You won't believe it. Your children will join you. It's more or less like a game it becomes. So work on your voice. Second is expression. Expressions, especially now that we are moving on to the online platform, we don't know how long we are going to be sticking on or adhering to the online space. Our face really becomes very important. The expression, your eyebrows, your eyes, your cheeks, your lips, your forehead plays a very important role. Next is gestures, body language. I am a person, by now you would have guessed, I cannot sit in one place. I occupy the entire stage. I need to walk here and there. I feel totally uncomfortable when someone gives me a standing mic. Okay. I mean, I have to stand in front of the mic and talk. It's really difficult for me. So for a person like me to sit and put all my energies into that small space is a huge challenge. I'm sure many of y'all must be, will have a similar restriction. See how many times I'm using my hand. It helps me, okay? So it helps me with, projecting or presenting the characters and story a lot more. So our hands play a very important role. We'll do a small exercise much later. This is just a gist I'm giving you. So gestures also play a very important role. Second thing which I really vouch on is engaging my audience, right? Asking small questions, even if you're not able to do it in an elaborate manner, because the setting is really very formal, it's a very serious setting, you can ask small questions. Dear friends, I'm sure all of you agree with me. You needn't wait for the answer, but it's a question which grabs the person's attention. Have small, engaging questions. All of you have arrived here on time. I'm sure none of you all had a difficulty with the traffic jam. Was there a traffic problem while you were coming here? Something like that? These are small, spontaneous questions. You needn't plan. Again, heart to heart, soul to soul. So engage with your audience, just small questions. And inclusion. Inclusion is again optional. I just included you. I just said, I didn't even ask you, because I know that most of you will agree for it. And most of you very sportively came to my side as well. So inclusion is another parameter when it comes to storytelling and all of that. Another thing which stories do is something called as mirroring. That's a science of storytelling. Most of us go through this. When you listen to a nice story, read a nice book, or watch a movie, you would have experienced this. You kind of become the character, the main character in the story yourself, irrespective of the gender. Okay, irrespective of the gender, you have a hero fighting injustice, you see yourself in that. Okay, that's what the brain does to us. It's called as mirroring. Instead of me telling a small child that it's okay to lose, keep trying, you'll be successful someday. If I tell him the story of a political leader who has risen from dust, who has risen from humble beginnings, and today he has become the president of a country, if I tell him that, his story, the boy mirrors or sees himself as that person. And the boy or the girl believes very unconventionally, very nonchalantly, that if that person who came from a poor family could do that, and he's standing in front of me to tell his story, or someone is telling his story, then I too can become like this. So a story plays with the mind, not very forcefully, in a very subtle manner, to motivate people, to inspire people. So that is the power of inspirational or motivational stories. Right? So in the story which I told you, we had all these elements. Now, I'm going to give you an example. This session is a sneak peek. It's a teaser because there are so many aspects to be discussed. I'll just give you snapshots of this. I'm going to introduce myself in the form of a story, less than a minute. Okay. So there was a little girl wearing this very plain, ordinary cotton frock, walking along the beach sands. She was so proud to wear that frock because her grandmother had embroidered on that frock orange flowers and green leaves. Every time she kept touching those flowers, she could feel the warmth of her grandmother. And she was not wearing her upper chappals also that day. She could feel the grittiness of the sand. And every time the waves washed across the shore, she jumped with joy. Oops, there was a starfish. She bent down, picked up the starfish, and instantly threw it back into the waters. She walked a little further down. She saw another starfish. She picked it up and she threw it back into the water. Rupa, there's a starfish next to your table. Can you pass it to me? Yeah. And she threw it back. Kalpana ma'am, can you pass that starfish next to you? Yeah. And she threw it back. She continued to walk like this. And that's when a grown-up, just like any other grown-up, came that side and said, "What are you doing, little girl? There are so many starfishes all across the shore. It's not going to make any difference." And that's when the little girl looked up at him and said, "Uncle, but it would have made a difference to the one I threw back." I would like to believe that I am that little girl. Hi, my name is Priya Muthukumar. Through my brand, Storypur, I am trying to bring those small changes in our society, in our community, through the stories that we tell. Will you join me in telling the right kind of stories for a better world together? Thank you.
Indeed.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks all. So obviously this is I've done this so many times. This is my sales pitch or my brand's elevator pitch. You must be knowing. You need to introduce yourself in 1 minute, and this is what I say. So you see in this, quickly just give me the words. What did you see in this? Okay. Just for convenience sake.
Spellbounded first. Beautiful expression with descriptive words, and it's really catchy. It'll be there, those vivid imaginary creations that you created today, it'll be there still in the mind at least for a week's time, the impact. So I feel really good. Thank you.
Priya?
Your presence on screen, I think the way you used your screen to the best effect, we were totally involved during your storytelling. I think that's quite an art, what we just did. It's not possible for everyone. Probably we can all aspire to be using the screen the most effective way. I think that's the key thing, presence.
Okay, thanks. Actually, what was strive to.
Priya, you know, the way you introduce yourself, it is an awakening for us, because in Toastmaster, this is what we call the icebreaker. Is when you will introduce yourself and you give us not only an idea, but how creative to introduce your own story to others. It is already your story to tell. No other person can say this or can deliver it except you. And here in a minute, less than 2 minutes, you will be able to describe it. Whereas in Icebreaker, we have 6 minutes. So what more we can deliver if we have that 6 minutes, comparatively speaking? That is a kudos.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. So, yeah.
Priya, we have Mr. Ramnath raised his hand. You'd like to take a question?
Yes.
Yeah, obviously everything about Priya's laudable. In particular, I loved the way she vicariously made Rupa and some people take out the fish in hand. That, I think that was the hallmark. You know, that kind of visual imagery and reliving it as if it is live, I think is commendable. And that's the biggest takeaway for me.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. So yeah, someone else also want to say.
Hi. Actually, I heard that there are 3 types of people: visual, audio, and kinesthetic. Today, your introduction would have touched all those people, all variety of people, because it was so connecting and very expressive. Thank you.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Anyone else? I see
Yeah, Mr. Rakesh.
Yeah. Yes, sir. So you need to unmute yourself.
Yes. So I was saying absolutely enjoyed it, exceeded expectations. Want to know more about your brand and what you do and how to be in touch with you if we want to improve our storytelling. Are you in this business or what do you do?
Yes, I am. This is my brand. I conduct storytelling sessions, workshops. I do corporate training programs. I'm a faculty with the Fashion Technology College right now. And this is basically my forte. Anything to do with storytelling, training programs, how to use stories in your own space, respective space, whichever it is. So that's what I do, sir.
And how to contact you? Would we be able to get your contact details?
Yeah, towards the end, I will make a mention of that. Okay.
Thank you.
So thank you. So this is exactly what we do. Actually, this is our first internal assessment for my students back in college. They need to work on this introduction using a story or a metaphor, basically a comparison. Okay. So the little girl is me, and someone used the word connect. Most of us, it takes us back to our childhood. Who doesn't like the beach? These are all common parameters, easy hooks. Who doesn't like the cool breeze? Who doesn't like those carefree days? So basically I connect. And how do we connect? Do you remember when we started this session? I spoke about COVID. I spoke about the silence in my place. What was I exactly trying to do right in the beginning? All of you are strangers to me. All of you are. In fact, I can see only 5 people on my screen currently. I don't know how many people are watching me, but I need to make an emotional connect with all of you. Otherwise, what I'm trying to deliver is going to be a waste of time for me and a waste of time for you as well. That is exactly what I was trying to do right in the beginning. All of us have a lot of common factors, common scenarios, common contexts. It's afternoon for you. That's why I asked, did you have your lunch? And then I spoke about COVID. So before you start your delivery, make sure you connect. It could be anything about the weather. It could be about the traffic jam. It could be anything, a casual talk. Throughout your story also, the story that you choose should have a strong emotional connect. Know your audience. Are they going to be senior people? Are they going to be high schoolers? Are they going to be people from a certain background, doctors? So try looking for stories which have something that they could relate to. It's not tough. It's not tough. Once you start working on those lines, you will find stories. Okay. So emotional connect is very important. Again, when I said starfish, please give me starfish, I was actually I was engaging all of you. And when I said, I'm sure, I didn't even ask your permission. I said, I'm sure you're going to be telling all the right kind of stories. I just played with your mind. And I said, I'm sure you're going to do it for me. Right. So that is called as inclusion, engagement. So I can go on and on. These are the common things where you need to work on to deliver a story, for that matter of fact, anything effectively. Okay, so yeah. So the next one, what I would like to talk about is, so let's sing a song. Oh, we are over time. Okay, so I need to wind up now.
We have the beautiful activity if you would like to go on to the activity session quickly. So maybe you can hand over and we can start off with the activity session.
Okay, so I'll just give 2 minutes. Just give me 2 minutes. The other thing is about your voice. Work on your voice. There's something called as a voice scale from 0 to 10, the loudness parameters. Okay. And the tone of it, it could be something as just 2 minutes, Rupa, I'm just winding up. The tone of it. Say, for example, the question is, what's for dinner? My daughter invariably asks me this question every time after her assignments. What's for dinner? How will I ask that curiously? What's for dinner? How will I ask irritatedly? What's for dinner? How will I ask angrily? What's for dinner? See, that's tone. Okay. And your voice carries the emotion. And without you knowing, your expression is also automatically changing. It's not for me, it's for you also. It happens. When you try to bring that emotion, your expression changes. The same thing with the hand. Hand plays a very important role. Hand under your chin, board. Hand on your head, style. Hand on your forehead, thinking. Hand on in your hair. Different meanings, attitude. So you make use of your hands effectively when you tell a story. Make use of your hands. Okay, if you're not going to be holding the mic. So the voice, the expression, the hands, and yeah. So we'll be going to the activity. Meanwhile, and I'm sure Rupa is really, yeah, that's a problem with artists, you know, time management is so difficult. We just go by the flow and we just get carried away. I'm just showing the slide part. As Sir asked me, if you would like to reach out to me, if you would like to follow my work, please do. Mine is a startup, which is 8 years old, based in Bengaluru, but kind of it has branches, not branches, you know, I'm more or less a freelancer. So I do stuff for people. So here is, yeah, can you see this?
No.
No, okay. Not, no, is it?
Because I think you have to be a co-host to share the slide.
Oh, I see. So how do we go about this?
Zoom master.
I can make you as a co-host.
Okay.
Yes, you can share it now.
Okay. Okay. Now can you see?
Yeah, got it.
Right.
Still, yeah, we can see it now.
You can see, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So
yes.
you can look up on my YouTube channel, Priya Muthukumar /Storypool. Around 40 videos. It's a fairly new channel. I keep uploading videos for all age groups. You can subscribe to it if you like it. You can share the links, and you can, you know, there are management stories. There are stories for pre-primary kids, for all of them. You can follow my work on my Facebook page, Storypool. That's my Insta handle, Storypool_Priya Storyteller. And if you would like to attend workshops, if you want a workshop for your group organization, you can write to me at priyastorypool@gmail.com. That's about it. That's all we have time for now. We are going to move on to the next activity. It was a sneak peek. That's it. There's lots more. You can elaborate on voice. You can elaborate on expression. The activity brief, I'll tell you. So I have a box. Yeah. And this is,
we'll move on to the breakout room activity.
Oh, breakout room activity. Okay, fine.
Would you have a WhatsApp number? Would you like to share a WhatsApp number to?
Sure. Can I leave it on the chat?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you can post it in the chat room, Priya, so everybody can see. Then let's move to the breakout room.
Okay.
Shall we start the breakout room?
I'll need to introduce the surprise guest speaker. The surprise guest speaker is going to take us through the activity. And while the surprise guest speaker is going to take us through the activity, our Zoom master will help us move into the breakout rooms. There are going to be 3 facilitators in the 3 breakout rooms, and our surprise guest speaker will let us know how it's going to be. Well, may I please request a special guest speaker to kindly turn the video on? Jaya. as he is fondly called in the South Indian fraternity. Most of his works are actually seen on Tollywood, that we call a Tamil television industry. He made his appearances on various Tamil language television reality TV shows. The most recent notable one is him taking up the title of Kalakappovathu Yaru Season 9. He is an acclaimed actor and has done many movies to his credit, while donning a cap with multicolored feathers. The one I like the most is his humane social service to the world of art and communication through his theater workshops. He is an accredited trainer in acting, mime, mimicry artist, musician. He plays multiple musical instruments, not one, he plays many of them. Above all, he is a very humble, minimalistic living human being, which most of us have forgotten in this recent time. I'm very happy to have known him for the past 24 years. And here I'm introducing him as our upcoming trainer for the next series of expressions through his dramatic skills. Today, he will be taking us through the activity session called What is Your Story? He will take us through the activity session. Please put your arms together to welcome my friend, a very close confidant, Mr. Jayat Chandran. JC, can we have your videos on, please?
Breaking news. Expressions Club in UAE has started an interesting workshop on public speaking. They have invited a storyteller from Bangalore, Priya Muthukumar, to deliver an interesting workshop about storytelling. The workshop is well appreciated. Another important breaking news is like public speakers usually express, except the news readers. They address to the public, but they never express. Thank you. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Can I hear?
Hello.
Hello. I think after Priya's workshop, everyone started expressing, not even a hello, hello.
Hello.
I know it won't go very low, so it is going high because you know the 10-point pitches and tones. Thank you, Priya. It was really a wonderful journey that you took us to different parts of India, different stories. We walked through the seashore, and I love the entire set of participants, irrespective of the age and differences. They're all very active, involved, and this is a small thing. Just I wanted to do. I just want to get your attention. So I just felt like expressions in public speaking. I suddenly got a spark. Yes, I know one person in the entire world speaks to the public but never expresses. That is the news reader. Imagine a news reader expresses the entire news of saying like UAE, they have an interesting workshop. They started, but nowadays a lot of news presenters are too expressive. India wants to know, America wants to know, everybody wants to. A lot of expressions happening among news readers. So there are a wide range of personalities and trends are changing up. So we are going to get into a workshop, a small break room activity. So in this, you will be first divided into groups and you get into your respective groups. We'll have, all the groups will have facilitators. One group will be facilitated by me, then another group will be Rupa, and Priya is always with us and she'll be part of another group. And each group will be given with one story. Story is a simple story, a fairy tale kind of story, which you all know, and we will provide you a story. You can go through the story as a group. Then you have to present the story with some interesting tweak into it. Tweak meaning It will be an old story, but you have to connect the story with some present, trendy, modern lifestyle issues, management, corporate, family, anything which you wanted to add masala onto it. Kindly put your masala flavor onto it. So tweak the story, make the fairy tale more fairy, more colorful, and present it with your own parts, meaning someone will introduce, someone will conclude, someone will take the second part, third part, fourth part, like that. So you all will have part in presenting the story. One will be the person will be introducing or initiating it. Then the next person, you have to rehearse it. Then at the end of the presentation, you have to discuss and find out how, if anyone feels this particular story has some connect with my own personal experience, it's connected with my life story, or some great personalities life incidences, or a case study what we see around. If you feel any connect that into human life, present human life story, and conclude the entire story. You understand? You will be given a story. As a group, you all have to go through the story and tweak the story with modern life instances, and connect the story with either a personal connect or some personality connect, or with some real life historical what is happening around, or current affair, anything. But kindly ensure you know the code of presentation: no sex, no religion, no politics. So kindly get into that code and make your presentation and rehearse, because you will be given some 15 to 20 minutes of time. You have to rehearse. I think the time now it's running out. So I want Rupa to reaffirm what will be the time given for each group during the breakout session. So you all have to rehearse. And most important thing is, don't present like a newsreader. Present it like, as Priya mentioned, a storyteller. So we want all expressive group members take different space and express and make the story presentation more interesting, more energetic. It should pull the other participants to listen or to watch your presentation. So do you have any doubt? Shall we break it into breakout rooms?
Thank you so much, JP, Jaya, however the public or the forum wants to call you. I would like to reiterate that the time in the breakout room shall be 20 minutes. Work on your script for 20 minutes. When you come back, your presentation time is 5 minutes. So we request all participants in the breakout room to take a share of the script when you come back, like what JC has mentioned. So don't worry about which room you're going into. The Zoom master is already taking care of that, and you'll be one of the breakout rooms. Here we go.
All the very best.
I'm putting Mr. Jayachandran in one group along with others, and Mrs. Priya Muthukumar in one, and Rupa in one, with all the other participants. Yeah.
Right. You doing okay?
You're all getting a message? Please accept and move to the room.
This is wonderful. We get to be with the master.
I am with so many masters, Toastmasters. I think we are the team. So
yeah.
Anyone else is joining?
Someone is doing the lead role, someone is doing the contrabida, someone is doing the crying lady, someone will be doing the end and the extras. Yeah, I think this is okay because
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Our
story is, you know, the story called Thirsty Crow.
Okay. Jaya, excuse me, can we request Banashri to open the cam so we will know each other? Banashri, hello. Hello. There you go. All right. It revealed who is Banashri. There
We still
you
need to wait
go.
for the suspense.
Yes, actually,
Go. The Sleeping Beauty.
You're on.
I'll be back. Okay.
So let's start.
Yeah. Let's start.
Yeah.
So the story for us is Thirsty Crow. Hope you all know the story called Thirsty Crow. Have you ever heard? Can anyone say what is
This
the
is
story?
one of the fewest stories we've heard.
Yeah.
I'm not so familiar, but can you just give a brief summary?
Yes. I think Gomati Sitaraman, can you tell the story so that Zarina?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you can see whether I'm worthy of, telling a story or not. Yeah. So the story goes like this. We have a crow who's very, very thirsty and he's in search of water. I am assuming we are on the same page, Mr. Jayachandran. And he flies all across and suddenly he finds a small pot and he says, oh, hallelujah, maybe I've hit the right spot. So he comes flying there. And then when he peeps into it, he realizes there is water way below, and he's unable to put his nose in because opening of the pot is unable to go in. So he starts picking up the pebbles and putting it into the pot and realizes the water levels are rising up. And then he's on a spree. He looks out for more and he fills it up and the water level comes up and bingo, he starts drinking his water and his thirst is assuaged. Am I right?
Yes. So this is the story. So this is the old story what we have heard. So there is a crow, it's thirsty, it's looking for water. So it's like it's badly looking for water. It's going around and like almost like energy is lost. And finally the last little he finds a pot and he just gets near to the pot and finds the water level is very, very low. It is in the bottom of the pot. So the crow, what it does is like it puts some pebbles. So the water level slowly comes up. So it works hard so that the water level comes up and it reaches the beak. So it manages to fill his thirst. This is the story. And the moral of the story would be? What would be the moral of the story then?
Resourcefulness.
Yes, thoughtfulness. So we should not become panic.
Think on your feet.
We should look for opportunity. So we should use available resources. You can think of like all these things. So how do we modernize? How do we improvise this story? How can we make this thirsty crow old story into a new story?
There is another version which I heard actually already there. When the crow was thirsty, instead of finding a stone, it went to a tea stall and took a straw and went back to the pot, put it there and chewed, then drank the water, then flew away. So that was another version which I heard.
Okay, but it cannot drink, no? Even if it uses a straw, logically it cannot suck. So it may be sounding very close, but logically it is not possible. If If it was logically possible, then we can take that and think about it.
I was thinking, even after putting the stones, the water rising was not enough for it. What does it do?
Okay.
Why does it have to get the water? It cannot be as simple as that. So maybe it finds stones which are just bigger, then it's not going in.
Okay.
What does it do then?
Well,
something like that.
There is also the average level of the water to move up when you feel the stone. That sometimes when the level of the water is low, then when you put more stone, then you will only the story say the level of the water goes up, but in reality, you put stone in the water, it will not move out. It will only merge. The stone will only merge in the water. It will not rise. So until such time that the stone is higher than the water itself, or the crow can go down and be on top of the stone and sip the water and then fly out from the hole. That's it.
Okay. So our time is running out. So we have to somehow modernize the story. Earlier childhood days, we understood, we believed the story could be possible, and so we took it as a positive thing for our life. Some moral has come in our life through the story. But if we really analyze, as you said, pebbles cannot bring as much water. Scientifically, it is not possible. All these things are there. So how do we, as it brings a plastic straw from a shop, something like that, how can we modernize? How can we modernize this story?
I cannot do that from my end because we are not allowed to use plastic anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, something like that.
So why don't we use them as a metaphor? The stone, the water, in the form of a person in our life, in the form of challenges in our life. Because even though we have solution to the problem, but if that solution will not be enough to solve the problem, what will be our next option?
Yes. So we try some solution, but doesn't work. What is our next option? That can be another thing. Maybe the crow tries to fill pebbles into the pot and attempts to bring the water level higher, but it doesn't happen. So what happens to this crow? So we can think something like that. Okay.
So we should have a beginning and then the plot and then the ending, right?
Yes, we should have
so
beginning.
What will be the message we want
and
to...
we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 members. So the story should have 5 parts. One is the beginning, one is the conclusion, and it should have 3 intermediate parts.
So it will intertwine, it will become a series.
Yes, yes. That's how you have to. The story should start from, if Mr. Dinesh is starting the story, and Gomati Sitaraman, if she's like concluding the story, then the other 3 have to have part 1, part 2, part 3 of the story. So what do we finalize in the story then? So the crow is thirsty, searching for water, finds a pot filled with water, and it attempts to put some pebbles. It is not coming up to the level. Pebbles are like not enough. So what the crow does to take the water out? So let's think something like that.
Okay. So who will be the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth?
So there are no stones, so it moves it.
It can it push the pot?
I was thinking if we could roll the pot, because the water is very low, maybe it's not finding stones to put it in, so it's rolling it to a place where there is a small depression so that the water can fall there. Or maybe it can break the pot open there. I mean, could be a different tale to the entire story rather than just putting stones. I don't know.
Okay, can we think something like that? The crow is struggling. One small girl was like looking at the entire scene of what crow is trying to do. Okay. When the crow comes and pushes the pot breaks, and crow comes to drink the water. The girl comes near to the crow and say, "How can you break our pot?" Okay. So the plot thickens there. How can you break our pot? Maybe like this. So what happens, like that crow says, "I have no water around. I am just searching for water." So the girl said, like, "It is your responsibility to find the water."
Okay.
So the crow accuses, what crow can accuse the daughter, the child, no?
So this will become now a fable. A fable story is when an animal can talk to the character, right?
Yeah. So what can be the complaint the crow can make to the child, girl child?
I think it should not be complaint. There should be an appealing voice that say, "Please help me to drink the water inside the pot."
Yeah. So see, so if they have some conversation, so what will happen? Like, why the crow is saying, like, you are actually responsible for me not having water. People cut trees, no rain. So the crow is, as part of nature, it is questioning human beings, like, you are supposed to conserve. So if when birds dropping has seeds also, it can also grow plants and trees. So if birds are not there, the nature is not there. So there can be a conversation between the crow and the girl. They grow.
Interesting. Yeah.
Right.
You all agree? Shall we try something like this?
Absolutely. Sounds good.
Okay. So it can be taken, instead of saying the thirsty crow story, if we take the story to children, it will have more meaning also. Let's split ourselves into introduction, then 3 parts, and conclusion. So who are all going to take what? Because I am not supposed to be part of this presentation. I am a facilitator. So
I'm okay for any role, anything.
Any role. So
any
you
role.
start. So you start.
Maybe go, Mati, go, you start, and then I'll go in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Like between on the bird, something conversation I could do on that.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
Yes.
Just to start, suppose we are talking about Dubai as the weather. Though we don't get to see much of snow in this part of the
country.
Yes, and it's like Ramadan, people are not out. Everything is now spick and span. Just flying in the afternoon, very hot, sultry weather. There is absolutely, maybe, you can think about Sheikh Zayed Road. Where is the option of flying down and getting a pitcher of water or something? So, puddle of water. So the crow is flying, and suddenly all these beautiful decorations of Ramadan, big pots are there, and there was a little bit of slight rain that happened due to cloud seeding, and there was that mirage effect inside the pot, and the crow dives down and realizes there is something, but it cannot. Then you basically, I'm just trying to say how we match it up with the current scenario, what we have. You have Eid coming up, you have
but we have crow on our side.
So
yeah, on this side of Dubai we have crow. On this side of Dubai we have crow. One beautiful story to tell. One fine morning at 9 o'clock in the morning, one child ordered a burger and a French fries as her breakfast. And here comes the crow, couple of them on top of the tree. Crow, crow. The moment
you can give a name to the crow.
The moment they put the French fries and the burger, here comes the crow. Zoom! Steal the French fries and took away the French fries away from the girl. That's our crow in here in Dubai Marina.
I'm going to. So this is how you start, no? So the next thing is like, because of too much salt in the French fry, crow feels so thirsty.
Correct. And too much of oil.
Yeah, you will look for water.
So the crow is struggling to find water because since it's like people say it's like COVID time, not too much of people around, not too much of people walking around. So it's like looking for water where somewhere it can drink.
Or maybe he can find the same girl for the water. Ah, I remember you. You're the one who stolen my French fries. Now you want water?
Yes. The crow says, "You are the one stolen my water."
So, how do we go to the middle part? How many sections are we doing, and what is the theme of the middle part then? What is the learning from the middle part?
So middle part we have to decide. So shall we do a chain of activity where so that someone can just continue and conclude just like that?
Okay, all right. Who will start?
It's 15 minutes over. Just only 5 more minutes we have to present it.
All right.
Come on, fast.
All right, let me start. Will I say 1 minute, 3 or 4 sentences? Okay, all right. Yeah. All right. One fine Saturday morning, a girl came to the beach, and from the restaurant on the beach, she ordered French fries and a yummy burger. She asked the waiter to make it double-decker burger and a French fries with mayo and a ketchup. So here comes the waiter with French fries and a ketchup. Serve it nicely on the table. When the girl while the waiter is serving the French fries and the burger,
when you
2 crows, yeah?
No, when you say when the waiter about to take the crow, next person start as if you come as a crow.
Yeah, okay.
Next person start, come as a crow, take that.
Okay, all right. So when the waiter served the French fries and the burger on the table, and then, all right, and
next person start. Next person takes over.
There flies Kalia the crow coming in.
Yeah.
And picks up 2 of those long, crispy French fries and mocks the girl and goes and sits up on the tree, trying to crunch on them and actually making a face, saying it's pretty yummy. And he finishes off both in a second. And he realizes he didn't get the one with the mayo because he sees that down and he can see there is something more to it. And to distract, he comes and flutters his, wings closer when she takes a back seat, picks up 2 more. He takes one with mayo and one with ketchup and goes back again. And now the girl is irritated. She's got all the French fries towards her and decides not to share any more with the crow. But the crow is happy. He's already got 4 of them. And that's quite enough for him. So he finishes it. And once he finishes eating, he realizes, oh my God, my throat is parched.
Next person can get that hiccup. Next person can get the hiccup.
Yeah. Go ahead, somebody. Banashri, go ahead.
I'm not getting idea. Let's just continue. Someone else.
No. So you continue that it gets the hiccup. It needs water. Too much of salt.
So much of salt and French fries.
Oh! What did I take in my? Oh my! I got getting. I need some water. Wow! I need something to go in. Oh God! What did I put in my mouth? And I stood on top of someone. From here, tell me what to do.
So it's like struggling to find water, and the crow finds a place where there's a small pot.
The decoration or something going on in Dubai.
Or he goes to a villa, anything.
Yeah, a villa.
Water.
Oh, yes.
Villas near Umsukem, you're there.
But how do I
It's there
say
in
that?
Marina to Umsukem.
So, and Villas, you will find that very well.
Continue to fly overboard. You're on the
Fly,
air.
yes, I fly and I zoom on. Oh,
And then
wow.
all of a sudden
What
you
is
see,
this? Am I breaking? I hope I'm not going to fall on the top. Oh my God. Yay! There is something light. No, it's not light. It's cola. I think it's not cola. It's what? Oh, I wanted this. But how do I go? It's so narrow inside. I can't put my head. How do I put my head and get a drop of water?
And now we move to the next
Oh.
step.
So it tries to put some pebbles. The usual story, what it tries, no,
Yeah,
put some stones
yeah,
around, but
yeah.
water is not
Because
up to the mark.
it's not going inside. It's narrow. The neck is narrow.
Quickly, we're finishing in a minute. Who goes next?
Okay, then Zarina start talking like the girl. No, don't take my water. And she says, no, you have taken my water. So Zarina finished that. Then the next person is supposed to complete the story. So Subramaniam will complete the story saying like there should be balance with nature. So the girl from next time onwards started keeping water for them.
No, after me, somebody, the water has to be taken up, right? The crow is still
That
taking
Zarina
enough.
will do. Zarina is doing that.
The
Yeah,
crow
we'll
is
do that.
trying to, but it is not reaching. It's trying to push the pot down, then the girl comes. So Zarina comes as a girl. Stop doing this. You've taken my burger, you've taken my French fries.
So I'm the one who getting mad, right? Okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
she still gives water. She still has a kind heart.
Yeah. Then the crow
Okay.
says there is no trees. So
Welcome back. Are the stories back? I'm sure there's a lot of drama into Jayachandran's script. There is a lot of audience interactions in Priya's script, and we are no less. Okay, we're gonna give a lot of expression challenge. All right, let's go. Let's go with the first breakout room. Priya's team, are you ready? So you can spotlight Priya's team, Zoom Master, all of them from Priya's team. Timer, you can
Priya? Oh, that is
Priya Muthukumar, right? You're talking about Priya's team. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Priya's
So-
team, the stove.
Let me read out the names so that it will be easy for me to spotlight. Priya's team has Harita Kannan, then Hema, then Jayashree, Mohammed, Prabhakar Kesavan, and Priya Muthukumar. Okay, so can I spotlight all of you? Please keep
Go
your
ahead.
video on.
Go ahead. And to the audience here, the rest of you, the story they had to run parallel is Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Over to Priya Muthukumar's team.
Okay. Let me spotlight one by one. Just give me a few minutes.
It's not Priya Ramachandran. You'll have to remove her.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I did the wrong one. Replace spotlight, yes. So this is when, I thought I can put number 1 for everyone on the group. So if I press number 1 quickly, I can spotlight all of them. Now I have to type each and every name. Harita Kannan. Harita Kannan is not opening the video. Will you
Kalpana,
please-
actually on the gallery view, you right click, you can put add on spotlight.
Okay, that I can do. Yes. Easy.
For the story, how much
So
time do we have?
Harita,
The whole story, you have 5 minutes. The timer is just going to show 5 minutes, 3, 4, 5. Green at 3, amber at 4, and red at 5.
Jayashree, can you please open start video?
You're on mute, Priya.
Jayashree has left a message in the chat box regarding her video.
Oh, okay, fine. Then Hema is spotlighted. Harita, where is Harita? Can you please raise your hand?
I think Harita also will not be able to switch on a video because she just mentioned that she's on the go. She's on the move. She's traveling.
Yes, I suggest all of you put it on gallery view and the team just go ahead and start speaking. We will see who is speaking. Please go ahead.
Fine.
At the utterance of the first syllable, the timer can start the time, please. And over to you, Goldilocks team.
Yes, my dear friends. Mohammed, Mr. Prabhakar.
Yeah, he's having a bear thing also to give the effect. Good one, Toastmaster Prabhakar.
Mohammed, you'll have to take the lead.
Go on, Samib.
I am Chandu Halwai. My dad has been so wonderful in Halwai business for so many years. There. Isn't that a new shop? Oh, barber shop. And who's coming? Salman Khan. Oh, who's coming? Aishwarya Rai. Oh, what am I doing sitting in my Halwai shop? Prabhakar, the hairstylist. Can I get a tip?
Oh, yes, you can't get a tip from me. You know, I'm the big bear, the Papa Bear. Come in, try my salon.
Aha, I got the idea. I should start off a barber shop. Another town, let me go to the town. And there I met another hairstylist. Priya?
Priya?
Yeah, I'll have to step in for one of the others who is not here.
And I started the barber shop. And today is my first day. Where are the superstars? Where are the film stars? New town, new place, but no film stars? What should I do? Any ideas, friends? Priya, any idea what should I do?
Mama Hema Bear, you want to say something?
I'm the Mama Bear, and I think you have to go into another place. What the hell you're doing in the same place? Go and take the next place. Chandu, how are you?
Thank you. I think I know what to do. I will put Halwai along with my barber shop. I am comfortable in this now. People are coming more. Maybe not hair, maybe it's not superstars, but people are coming. What do you like about my barber shop? Priya?
Yeah.
You know what I like in your barber shop? I like that because it's so comfortable sitting in the same place and doing the same work. And I really feel I'm at home and I can eat that Hawaii also.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's not the haircut which is the best. It's actually the Halwai. Oh, who's coming? The Papa Bear, the most stylish hairstylist in town. Oh, he's going to start a new business right next to my shop. Papa Bear, what are you doing?
Who has been coming and doing my own business? How can someone come and sit in my bed, in my chair and do my own business? Who is that? You go back where you came from.
Oh God, what did I do? I left my home, came running to another home and thought that I'm going to be the best hairstylist. But people ate my halwai. That is the most best thing. Oh, I should be a halwai. Go, leave this room, leave the bears behind, leave the hairstyling to the bears. Papa bear, mama bear, you can take over. I am going to my home, my halwai business. Off you go. Mama bear, Papa bear, your final words to bid goodbye to me.
Come, Mama Bear, come, Papa Bear. Let's put all arms around us and say bye to Mohammed.
Come,
Chandu Halwai.
Goal, yay. Let's do the bear dance. Let's do the bear dance.
Let's do the bear dance.
Together.
Bye-bye, Chandu Halwai. Bye-bye, Chandu Halwai.
Bye. Amazing. Amazing. Look what a storytelling can do to us. Yeah, my God. Mind blowing. Toastmaster Prabhakar, Toastmaster Hamid, and Jayashree, you've been in the best hands, groomed, I can say, and we can see the output as well. So mind blowing. You create a wonderful script within that 15-20 minutes. So that's the impression the storytelling can leave. What more can it do to our own scripts, our own speeches every day? So do embark on this journey of expression. And
I must confess here, I didn't do anything at all. It's completely their work. They came up with the script. There was one trigger and they added, and I think there's a lot to do with spontaneity. We didn't rehearse or practice. We just went with the flow. So it's entirely theirs. I was just there.
Mind blowing. Congratulations. All right, it's now time to welcome the second group, and the second group they are the Thirsty Crows. Come on, welcome on board, Thirsty Crows. You're just going to start one after the other, or you're waiting for the spotlight?
Okay, we'll start. All right.
We'll start.
Cool, time is yours. Go ahead.
Okay. One fine morning, a lady wants to eat French fries and a burger. So she decided to go to, Dubai Marina for a nice beach walk and then French fries and a burger. So he sat there in a restaurant. Waiter! Yes, ma'am. Can I have double French fries and a French fry? Please include mayonnaise, ketchup. Is your iced tea is bottoms up? Yes, ma'am. You can order as much as you can. All right. Iced tea, bottoms up. Right? And don't forget my mayo and my ketchup, please, for my French fries. So today, wait. Oh my goodness me. What kind of resort is this? There's a lot of crow. Quiet! Quiet! What a peaceful day. So here comes the waiter with a burger and a French fries on the table.
And there I am, Kalia frying all the way. And all I do is I can see those crispy French fries. And with my nose, there I take two and off I go. I sit on a tree and I'm mocking at the lady. Here I've got, and I'm crying ketchup. My French fries don't have that. So I say that's not being fair. So I decided I'm going to do another scoop. And when she's a bit distracted, there I go flying again. So 2 French fries, one with mayonnaise and one with ketchup, and I go back again. Now she's really annoyed with me. But I'm very pleased with myself. I have the best French fries, all crunchy, all tasty. But as I'm having the last one,
want some cola. I want some. What did I eat? There was so much salty. It's got chucked my throat. Let me see. I see a pool. I see a villa. Yes. Yes. I have to get something for my throat now. I've got choked. I got choked. Oh my God. Oh, there's a girl. Let me see if there's something in the pot right now. Put my head down. Oh my God, there's so long, deep. The pot is so narrow. How do I go down? Oh my God. Nothing. Nothing. Oh my God, how to go?
Hey, stop! After you get my french fries and now you come back. Hey, stop it! I don't want to give you. Get out! Get out! Get out of here! I don't want you! No! Go out! Go out now! No! I said no! I am so excited to eat that and then you get it! How dare you! But fine, I know you're so thirsty. Here you go. I'm giving you now the water. Take it.
Yes, conclude.
Okay. Subbu will conclude or I will conclude?
You will conclude.
Okay. Okay. So as a crow, because you are humans, you are cutting the trees, and because of that there is no rain and there is no water, and you are having unbalance. You are making the nature, harming the nature, leaving it in imbalance. So because of that, we animals are facing the issue of starving with water. Jayachandran, please.
So from that day onwards, the girls started keeping water for birds in the every day at her home. So birds are also happy. She's also responsible and sensible.
Wow, wow. Mind blowing, mind blowing. If a 15 minutes or a 20-minute session can bring in such creativity and a social cause to a forum, I'm really wondering what this Expressions Club can actually bring back when we have more such tutors, more such educators with a lot of energy like this and social causes. So thank you so much, Jaya. That was a wonderful creativity, and to the entire team, mind-blowing. Kenisha, I have absolutely wonderful performance. Kenisha, I really do not know how you managed your mask. I mean, so complimented, wonderful, wonderful. Oh, you did a makeup. Oh my God, everyone's going with the flow. I'm really loving this session today. And last,
Kirisha is my daughter's name. Actually, it's as you know.
Oh, really? Sorry. Sorry. Okay. Kudos to you all. Wonderful. All right. And before we go out of time, I think that we are all ready, but we need to hear what the hare did to the tortoise, don't we? Here we go with the hare and the tortoise story. You all know the fable already, but here is the team who's bringing the story to you. Over to you, Priya.
Year 2007, 4 boys joined Maganlal Engineering College in Madhya Pradesh, a small town of Madhya Pradesh. These boys come from different parts of the country. Hi, I'm Rakesh. Hi, I'm Karun. Oh, hi, I'm Ajit. I am Ram. Where are you from? Asked the 3 boys. Rakesh, Karun, Ajit. This Ram looked a little different from the rest of the others. I come from a village probably you wouldn't have known. A villager is going to be with us in our room, sharing the room with us. Okay, come on, let's go. What can you do? So these boys came with big dreams. They had big ideas of making it big, and they were here with their parents' money, but not Ram. Ram had come there with his own merits. His parents were farmers. He came from a very poor family, but that boy also had dreams. He had dreams not only for his family, not only for his home, for the entire village. He wanted to see his village into a city within a year, within 10 years time. But these boys had dreams only for themselves. So these boys used to be ambitiously studying, but at the same time, they used to spend a lot of time roaming around, loitering, wasting their parents' money. But they made it. Somehow they would always, they would be together. Ram used to help Ram look like the slow and steady kind amongst these really fast and furious 4 boys. And exams happened. Next.
So Ram came out with flying colors in the exams. At the same time, he had a great passion towards doing something for his village. He himself has suffered hardships as well as medical insufficiencies, and he always had a dream in his mind to create something sustainable, something good, something better for his village related to healthcare and medical facilities. So he had this great idea about creating sustainable beds which are made out of recyclable plastics. And he worked, he researched, he used his library knowledge as well as his contacts within the university, and he collaborated with his mentor who was a PhD in sustainable materials, and he came up with a patent which could create a medical bed along with some facilities, and they filed a patent. Ram filed a patent, and Ram filed a patent, and he submitted to the universities. And next was a round of multinational companies who were visiting the facility. Probably the story can be taken on.
So Ram, for Ram to achieve his dreams, now I'll give you an incident. No one respected him. We all thought he was just from the village until we were all sitting next to a swimming pool. The principal's goldfish tank broke. The fish went into the swimming pool, and everyone rushed into the pool to take it out, while Ram just stood over there. They ran after the fish. It was too slippery, too small. They couldn't take it out. And when they were all tired, they looked at Ram. What can this villager do? Help us now. We are all gone. Ram just took his soup bowl and emptied the water from the swimming pool, one bowl at a time. He said, "Don't worry. I will get it. It may take time. You people are all too much on the fast track. I am slow and steady, and I will get to the fish." From that moment on, everybody started to respect him, to listen to him, and that was what finally enabled him to get the patent. On to the next person.
So while the patent was being done, what were the other friends up to? Ram was busy putting up the bed, the sustainable bed. He had come up to a stage where he loved his life. He'd worked hard. He'd been smart. But his other friends were nowhere, still enjoying life, big losers. But Ram made it slow, but definitely at a steady pace. He approached life at a very sustainable rate, and he achieved success like none of his friends did. It was not about him being a villager. It was about him working hard, keeping up his dream and working towards the dream all the time. So it's not the hair, that has to be fast and furious to win in life. It has to be the steady and the slow tortoise to get there. Over to you.
Hello, I am Ram. I am so happy to see all of you. It is such a wonderful thing that you have come to my village. See, the bed concept is very good, but before the physical problems, you will have to take care of your inside. See my patent, Kurma Vaidyashala. You have to cleanse your body and mind, and you have to use the Tulasi soap for this, and only then can you lie down on the bed. And that is why I am telling you, back to basics. Go back to your nature. Be with nature. COVID, nothing will affect you. Just be good, righteous. Follow what your ancestors are doing. Wash your hands properly. Drink jeera water, cumin water, methi, fenugreek, black pepper, ginger, turmeric powder. Lead a simple life. You will all be healthy and have a good sleep on the sustainable bed. That is how simple living, high thinking, enjoy.
That was Hare and the Tortoise story to you all, ladies and gentlemen. There are like 3 fantastic parallels.
Kurma, please visit Kurma Vaidyashala. Kurma. Okay.
Thank you so much. So fantastic. So all I have got to say today, right now, it's a fantastic experience, an exhilarating experience is an understatement, both from the education nuances wise and also from the activity wise. So we curated this and we created this so that you gain the knowledge, grasp the knowledge, and you find some pleasure in the activities, and through the activities, you find out who you are as a speaker as well, and bring in a bit of yourself into the speech. I really hope we accomplished at least a little bit of that today, taking some very salient notes on Priya's presentation, bringing your passion to the speech. We saw many speakers today brought that passion today, starting from Famid to Prabhakar to Jayashri to Bhanashri to last till Ramnath. Look at the passion they carried in their speeches. I was spellbound. No speech was curated. No one's script was written. It's just come off their brain. If this can come just off their brain, just imagine if that had to be written, had to be presented, it is going to turn wonders. And I am 100% sure Expressions Club can come up with a lot of pool of talents with such mentors and such good quality of education as well. One should like the story themselves. All 3 stories were very well-known story and they believed in the story, hence the parallels were created. Voice modulation. I cannot name one who didn't have a voice modulation today. They made it. The gestures, body language. Some probably were lost in the visual background, but most of them brought it. It was remarkable to see. And engaging the audience. I could see all the videos smiling. Even if your videos were not on, there were emoticons that came up. Smileys, claps, thumbs up, everything came in. That shows the audience engagement. Inclusive. You included everyone in your team as well as the audience in here. She said about mirroring. When it is mirroring, your speech should be inspirational or motivational. Weren't all 3 stories inspiring and motivating that you created? It was not us who created it. It is you who created the stories. So they're not inspirational, motivational, and you connected with all of us. So if that education has given you solid proof of what it can bring to your own speeches, what not Expressions Club can bring into you all. So with that, thank you so much. We've gone past our time, but I think this is well spent, time well spent. Thank you so much, Sujata, for the indication as well. Right now, I have the honor of welcoming our division director, DTM Dinesh, to the forum to conclude the session and take the feedback from you all before you go. With that, sayonara and welcome DTM Dinesh.
Thank you so much, TMOD Rupa, so for conducting a wonderful session. So I will make it short. Yes, I want to first, I will start with thanking Priya. So it was a wonderful session. So you made like storytelling can be like made this much visualization energetic. So it was wonderful. And Jai Chandran, so I have seen him in the TV shows, comedy shows, and today it was wonderful. So much creativity he brought in to us today's show. It was wonderful. So thank you, Priya and Jai Chandran. And for all our members, the guests who attended today, what you have seen is just a trailer. So once we start the club, we are going to see the full picture. Every meeting is going to be a different dimension, different perspective. So you're going to this club will take up to a different angle and definitely make you a best storyteller in the town. Right. So yes. Let's get the opinion. I hand over back to Rupa and Eddie Butch to have a quick session, have the opinion of all our guests. I urge everyone to come up and join the club, which will help us to start it immediately. To charter the club, we have actually quite a few members already in show, but we need to start a new club. As you know, like we need 20 members. So if you all agree and sign up today, then the next meeting will be our chartering meeting. So hand over back to Rupa and Butch to proceed with the next session.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much, Dinesh. So we've got the names of you all. Each one of you will reach you back to take your consent. We'd like to welcome you all back to the forum, back to the club, to the Expressions Club. It's you and me who can create the difference to the club. It's not just me. It's not just AD Butch. It's not just DTM Dinesh. It's you with so much of multiple talent in you who can make a difference to the club. And we can create a difference